In 11th class, we are continuing the topic that is law of chemical combination. Today we will talk about the fourth law, that is law of reciprocal proportion or law of equivalent proportion. Law of reciprocal proportion or law of equivalent proportion given by Mr. J.B. Reacher in 1792. What this law is saying? First, we are coming in the example, then I will teach you through theory. You just see here three elements are there: carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. In generally, whenever the carbon is combined with hydrogen, we just feel the first element will be methane. If hydrogen and oxygen is combining together, first element comes in our brain, that is water. Carbon and oxygen is combining, obviously CO2. So what you are seeing, carbon in these two processes, in the process of forming methane and CO2, carbon is being constant, hydrogen and oxygen are being different. The amount of carbon will remain constant, even the element is being common, but the hydrogen and oxygen is differ. On the same way, here oxygen is constant, but hydrogen and carbon is differ. On the same way, here oxygen is common, but hydrogen and carbon is differing. Clear? And now in these two compounds, hydrogen is common, carbon and oxygen is being differ. So that is why it is reciprocal proportion. So what is that? Weight of two elements A and B. You are considering A and B or methane CO2, it is your choice. Weight of two elements A and B which separately combined with the fixed weight of a third element, that is C. Weight of two elements A and B is being separately combined with a weight of an element which is fixed, that is C, are either the same or simple multiple of the weight, are either remain same or simple multiple of the weight A and B in which they combine with each other. A and B in which they combine with each other. Just see, carbon and hydrogen. Carbon having atomic mass what? 12. Hydrogen having 4, because one hydrogen containing 1 mass, so 4 hydrogen will contain 4 mass. So the value will be 4:12. On the same hand, water molecule H2O 2:16, and if you want to doubling it, then it will be 4:32. Only to complete that ratio. On other hand, carbon and oxygen again 12:32 ratio. So they will remain same as they are combined in the reciprocal way. This law is known as law of reciprocal proportion. Law of reciprocal proportion. In all chemical reactions, substance always react in the ratio of their equivalent mass. Every chemical reaction, all the substances react in their equivalent mass. Clear? You can take another example, that is sulfur, oxygen and hydrogen. Earlier they are making sulfur dioxide, then water molecule, then hydrogen sulfide. See the ratio. Here sulfur and oxygen 32:32. Here hydrogen and oxygen 2:16. Here hydrogen and sulfur 2:32. They remain in their molecular mass ratio. This process is known as the law of reciprocal proportion. As last class I told you that after the discovery of isotope, this law may be wrong because we are knowing that oxygen having 16 and oxygen having 18. If these are combining in this situation, then definitely the mass ratio will be different. But we know that the average mass of every isotope is actual the mass of that particular element. That's why this law is absolutely perfect. Okay, so the modern theory arise some question against that law, but it is okay with the discovery of isotope. Now we are coming in the last equation, the last law, that is Galois law of gaseous volume. Okay, Galois law of gaseous volume. So what is there? See, this is hydrogen H2, two molecule or two atom forming one molecule. two atom forming one molecule, two atom forming two molecule. Okay, the volume of this is 1, the volume of this is 1, and the volume of this is 1. What will be the definition? When two or more gaseous particles combine together, they will always remain in simple ratio, and if the product which is forming is also gas, it will also remain in a simpler ratio. So 1:1:2. Okay. Galusha gaseous law is saying when two elements which are gas combining together, they always remain in simpler ratio, and the product which they are forming is also gas, it will always remain in a simpler ratio. When gas reacts together, they do so in volume which being a simple ratio to one another and to the volume of the gaseous product, and to the volume of the gaseous product, provided all measurement were made under similar condition, provided all measurement made under similar condition, means normal temperature and pressure, you can say, of temperature and pressure. So whenever two gaseous molecules are combining together, they in normal temperature and pressure, they will remain in a simpler ratio, and if the product which they are forming is also gas, will also remain with them in a simple ratio. That is the process of Galusha gaseous law of volume. If you want to take another example, you can take N2, that is gas, 3H2 will be a gas, this is gas, and the formation of ammonia is also a gas. 2 mole of ammonia will form. So 1:3:2. When two gas combining together in a simpler ratio, if the product is also gas, it will also remain in a simple ratio. Okay, so this is about gaseous law and all 5 chemical combination. This Galusha gaseous law do not need any modern calculation, only all these 4 law need some modern calculation. So some numericals are there about this law, which I will provide you through video. You just make it and do at home.